Alright guys, well I'm back today with an overview of some brand new fixed blade options from Amazon, all at affordable prices and all under $35. We're going to be starting from some of the most affordable models first, working our way up and talking about the specs and features of each of these knives. You know the drill, let's leave some comments, let's leave a second comment, click the like button, let's push this in the algorithm because the more views these get, the more deals I can find and negotiate on your behalf. But let's start off with a brand new fixed blade knife from the company Fissa. If you follow the channel, you'll know that Fissa has been making some very great entry-level folding knives, as well as some fixed blade knives, and they expanded their lineup with this guy right here. They are just calling it their survival hunting knife with a 10-inch full tang design. Now, this knife is going to be what I would consider a kind of entry-level, full-size, jack-of-all-trades fixed blade knives featuring D2 steel and G10 handles. Now, the G10 is done incredibly nicely, really good texturing, full tang design for a robust feel, and that D2 steel is fairly razor sharp out of the box. It also has kind of a sharpening choil or even potentially a finger choil if you want to reach up and do some fine tasks, and it's got a nice slit in the blade that kind of gives some really nice look to the blade and finishing itself. It's got a lanyard hold on the back, and this one doesn't ship with a Kydex sheath, but more of a leather style traditional sheath. So if you're interested in something like that, this is a good option. Fairly thick leather. It doesn't feel cheap at all. The snap seems to be pretty good, and the stitching seems to be okay as well. But we are talking about a new entry-level fixed blade knife with all those specs and features coming in at $23.99. On top of that, it's got 43 reviews on Amazon at 4.6 stars, so really good opportunity there for sub $25. Now, speaking of sub $25, the company Mossy Oak has been dropping a ton of new knives recently, and I just featured one of their 14C 28N smaller fixed blades, and a lot of guys were asking me to check out some of the other models, so I buy them so you don't have to. I actually purchased every knife on this table so you guys could see them in person and really get an understanding before you spend some money. Now, this one's going to have two-tone and kind of layered G10, as well as a bottle opener located on the back, and the 14C 28N steel. Ergonomically, it's really nice. It sweeps up right here. You can get a good hold on the knife. Again, fairly razor sharp out of the box. Love the attention to detail on this handle. Now, the only downfall I feel with this knife is kind of the branding. It's a little bit large, it's a little bit in your face, and they really take up a lot of real estate, but I'm going to ignore that because it's a solid knife for the money. These generally sell for $30. This one's actually on sale for $23.99 right now, and this one has 113 reviews on Amazon at 4.7 star rating. This one also comes with this more of a leather style sheath. Now, you can start to see some quality things, not necessarily in the way it functions, but in the way it looks. You can see some glue coming out of the edges right here, and we are talking about budget fixed blade knives. You do see some kind of rough finishing on the bottom of that leather, but the stitching is done really nicely, and it seems to be holding up pretty good, although I haven't really taken this one into the field much. So this is a good knife to kind of utilize as a jack of all trades. Again, mid to full size fixed blade knife, especially with that 14C 28N steel. Now, if you follow the channel, you'll know I just did a review on some Watchmen knives, and a lot of guys had some really positive comments. We actually took them into the field and did some torture testing, and if you want to watch that video, you can definitely do so. But there was a few different models that people wanted to look at in person. This one is the Watchmen W204D EDC fixed blade 14C 28N steel, micarta handles, and I love the ergonomic feel of this knife. Large hole in the back for whatever lanyards you want to use, and you can get a good purchase on this knife. I wear size large mechanics gloves, and it really just rocks and locks into my hand. Really nice sharpness on the blade. A little bit thinner blade profile, but this is more of a fine EDC fixed blade rather than kind of like a bulky camping style fixed blade. All of them are going to be shipping with this Kydex sheath that you can shift over or adjust for belt loop sizes, and it locks up rock solid. The Kydex is a little bit thin, but it kind of matches the overall feel of the knife itself. The retention on this is really good. It locks into place, and on top of that, they've got it cut down to where when you're grabbing the knife and you're popping it out, you get the full grip on the knife instantly. You don't have to adjust your hands. It's also got a lot of lashing points and lanyard points on the Kydex sheath itself. And then this was another model from the Watchmen series of knives available on Amazon. Oh, forgot to mention the price, $31.99 for both of these knives. And really all of the Watchmen miniature fixed blades or smaller fixed blades that I've been looking at and reviewing are all coming in at $31.99, which is a steal of a deal when you consider, again, 14C 28N steel in my Micarta handles. This one has a little bit different blade profile, nice jimping on the back, sharp out of the box, great texturing on the handle, lanyard hole on the back. Again, it's really at this point personal preference on what blade style and handle style you like, because all of them survived really well down at that infield testing video, and they all have that same style Kydex sheath and really good retention. This one also has a really nice sheath where you can kind of put your finger right here, pop out, and get a full grip on the knife itself, and great retention and lockup. Now, probably one of my favorites today is this guy right here. This is from a company, and I'm going to probably pronounce it wrong. It's the Spitzkante. I'm not 100% sure what this guy is when it comes to the name, but it's this little guy right here. Got a little hedgehog on there, and this is going to be a really nice fixed blade knife that looks absolutely spectacular. When you pick up this knife, when you pick up the sheath, you feel like you're holding like a $60, $70 knife when it comes to finishing. It rocks in your hand nicely. This is actually great for people with larger size hands. Lanyard hole in the back, textured G10 handles, coated D2 steel blade. Love the blade profile. Love the razor. I mean, this is the sharpest one out of the bunch right here, out of the box. And the Kydex sheath is definitely a little thicker, more refined than some of the other ones that I showed. And it's got that thumb spot right there that really pops it out. Again, you pop it out, you get a full grip on the knife itself. Super easy to access, really nice retention, really easy in and out. It just feels the best going in and out of the sheath. And again, you've got that adjustable clip right there for different belt sizes. Again, by far, this is my favorite. I love the look and feel and quality of this knife. Now, these are also great as well for those smaller EDC fixed blades, and they do feature 14C 28N steel, so I like those as well. But something about the feel and ergonomics of this knife makes me want to grab a bunch of them and put them in different plate carriers and setups like that. Now, the handle to blade ratio is a little bit off on this knife, but I believe they've done that for very specific reasons to get a good hold, a good grab, and a good purchase on this knife, and it does a great job in that aspect. Full tang design. Love the ergonomics and feel of this knife. I like it. I think you will too. All of the information linking will be in the description below for all of these knives. Let me know your thoughts. Which one is your favorite? Even if you're not going to buy one, I want to hear which one your favorite is. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.